From 1985 and number 12 in the Fun City Editions range is The Coca-Cola Kid, starring Eric Roberts and the stunning Greta Scacchi. This was a really kind of weird movie, something very different from Fun City Editions thus far. It revolves around a kind of fixer, Eric Roberts' character, who...
You can call me the Coca-Cola Kid.
It travels to Australia to help increase their market share of sales of Coca-Cola. He loves this company. He's passionate. He wants to make them succeed, and it seems to be the driving force in his life. When he gets to Australia, he meets this whole new culture which he tries to fit into as best he can, and discovers that there's a small part of the country that they just have zero penetration.
Is she telling me that this man makes his own soft drink, Frank?
Since the beginning of time, good ones.
And he sells where we can.
When he investigates, he discovers that there's a kind of person there who owns this valley, who kind of makes his own soft drink and doesn't allow Coca-Cola into there. And it's all about our Coca-Cola Kid trying to wine and dine this eccentric old character and try and get him to allow Coca-Cola into his market.
I like a tenacious man. Come, I'll show you the plant.
It's a fish out of water comedy. It's about a man trying to discover his place in life, discovering there's more than just pushing a brand onto people. There's a kind of loose allegory about the war as well, where we've got an ex-military man working for a large American corporation going into somewhere else and trying to push their ideals onto the people there. It's got a lot going on, but at the heart of it, it's really kind of fun. There's a tongue-in-cheek sensibility here, and I do love the performance of Roberts and the inclusion of Scacchi as well, who is terrific in the movie as a secretary who is a lot more savvy and smarter than a lot of the people within the movie, who has their own issues as well. And it's basically focusing on Robert's character as he tries to come to terms with his life, his choices, what he wants, how he wants to move on, how the victories that he's been raising so much prestige on are ultimately kind of hollow and not as fulfilling as he initially first thought, wearing them as a badge of honour when he arrives at the country, Australia. And this was a kind of laugh riot. It's an oddball of a movie. It's a really kind of fun and different, unique kind of film. One that I hadn't heard of before, but I loved a lot of the sensibilities. And the humour in this one is delivered in such an underhanded way. It's not in-your-face humour. It could be black humour, it could be subversive humour, but it's there and it's really kind of fun. There's moments where we get to see the real insight into the character, you know, where he's helping to create a jingle for Coca-Cola there.
How's that, Mr. Becker?
Well, I said we go again. Let's go for that extra mile, okay?
And he's not really too articulate in the way that he wants the music to be played. He's just kind of broad statements. The jingle's really catchy and fun. And then after everybody leaves, he sits down at the piano and starts to play a wonderful sonnet, showing another facet of him that he has. You know, everything about the character is kind of facade. It's on the front. It's never the real character that we're seeing. But slowly, as he starts to fall in love with the secretary character, we start to see the real person come out, the goodness that's in him, the honesty that's in him, and the kind of distaste for big business comes through.
I'm so embarrassed.
Don't cry.
But it's wrapped up with these wonderful characters, fantastic images, cutting away to sort of strange, unusual images as well throughout it, which I really kind of enjoyed. The larger-than-life characters, the funny moments, the twists and turns it take were all wonderful. I really like the Coca-Cola Kid. It's one that I can see myself going back to and watching often. for the performances, from the cinematography, for the way the story plays out, and it's almost relaxed, easy to take in manner that it has about it. It's an easy flair to the movie where it does a lot, but it feels as if it's going at its own kind of sedate pace and just allowing the characters to breathe and show off their comedic timings or some deeper moments throughout it as well. I would highly recommend picking up the Coca-Cola kit. Terrific, fun, entertaining, quick and easy watch with some great moments in it. Definitely one of the most interesting Fun City editions yet. I'd love to know your thoughts on the movie. Let me know in the comment box below your thoughts on the film. Of course, there's more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. And don't forget to click the like button, and in the description box you can join the membership or the Patreon programme, which I would really appreciate. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on Man v Film.